What was your biggest challenge when you were building ShareChat?
I think in the beginning when we had this idea, it was really hard to attract capital. Because when you pitch the idea कि हम लोग हिंदी में एक app बनाएंगे, and when the investor would open the app, he has never seen anything like that. And why would that scale? मैं तो Instagram पे बैठा हूँ. I see beautiful things. ये क्या है? मतलब he cannot relate.
What kind of investors did you go to?
I would not take the names here.
No, don't take the names, but were they, foreign venture capital?
No, they were Indians.
Indian
they were your Californian
and they
Indians.
could not see the use case or the business case in
yes.
local language, communication or social media products.
So we are talking about the time of 2015, when it was the time of having American ideas copied to India and then see it work. That was the time when there was a rage in capital investment. And when you have so fancy ideas and you go and show an app which gives you joke in Hindi, people don't take it seriously.
But you are funded, right?
But we had few investors. India Cushion was our first investor. Few people really had the vision that this can scale up and grow really big. And those were the people who backed us. But a lot of people were really skeptic how this will pan out. And I think a big enabler was Jio. Jio really opened up a big movement for India, where companies like, even the foreign companies like Google, then came in and told that now we are seeing 9 out of 10 people coming. I remember Mr. Rajan saying it in one of the statements that 9 out of 10 new internet users are Indians. That when you get such statements from companies like Google, that is when the investors get excited. Okay. So they need a validation.
Okay. Manish, your biggest challenge so far?
Our biggest challenge when we were working with the Indian language publishers was monetization. Okay. They could create content in Telugu, they could create content in Tamil, they had a captive user base which was coming only to them directly to read up on those news or whatever they were writing there, but they were struggling with monetizing it. And because they could not monetize it, they could not scale it. Because they could not monetize it, they could not bring new ideas in what they could do with it. They could not bring, let's say, something like videos or infographics to actually make the information dissemination faster. And where we saw the entire needle turn for us was when Google actually went ahead and started to increase the number of languages, Indian languages, which could be monetized. For a long time, we were struggling with that. There were a few languages, a few publishers who had access to monetize it. Google being the largest monetization platform through ads, most of them were doing it through Google, but that left a lot of others who did not have permissions. So I think there are 4 Indian languages which now can be monetized directly with Google. So Hindi, Bengali, Tamil and Telugu, and I think there should be more on the pipeline. But our biggest challenge was there, and we had to face a lot of, I would say, financial strife, because the bandwidth cost of delivering this data was huge. But when you actually net it off against the amount of revenue you can make, which was primarily through ads, we were losing money. So we kind of managed to keep things afloat. We are bootstrapped. We've been bootstrapped ever since we started to kind of keep this going all through. And now finally, I think there is hope. Even though there are still challenges now with the advertisers, which is what Ankush is talking about, that advertisers don't believe that their target audience is an Indian language.
Why would that be the case? I mean, Hindi language television has been, I think much bigger than anything in English. Entertainment, news, all of that has always been larger. So where are you struggling with getting advertisers to buy into your, business model or your prospects?
I'll ask Ankush to probably take that first, and then I can give my view on that.
Quick short answers, because I also want to get the challenges.
Sure. As you said, if you take the top 10 TV channels, they're all non-English. If you take the top 10 newspapers, on the number 7 you have TUI, except that all is non-English. Yeah. But when you go and attract brands, so who would be the brands who would want to target this? They would be Patanjali, they would be your Nirmas and all of that. The marketers there are still not convinced that digital can be big. It takes a lot of convincing to get traditional marketers on digital.
I don't think it's a Hindi problem. I work for a digital outfit. I can tell you it's a digital problem. I don't think it's a Hindi problem.
When you have, so the market has just opened digitally for the non-English people. It will take you at least 4 years for these people to really be convinced that there's a big scale here.